you there. I was just enjoying a cup of tea with my Bachelor of Arts in Performance Studies. Why was I doing that? Because it's relevant to today's video. Method acting. What is it? And is it good? Well, there's a lot of varying opinions on this, but I'm the one with the camera pointed at my face, so you're gonna hear mine. I also plan to give you a bunch of examples of real method acting to help illustrate my points, and to prove I'm not full of shit. So, let's get into it. What is method acting? It's a little hard to pin down exactly what method acting is because art is weird and subjective and tricky, but I'm gonna do my best. In the early 1900s, there lived a Russian man called Konstantin Stanislavski. The theatre nerds among you will recognize him as arguably the most influential name in acting theory to date. For everyone else, he's arguably the most influential name in acting theory to date. You get it? So before Stanislavski got involved, theatre was very... Welcome to the theatre! I am an actor, and I make a lot of big, sweeping gestures with my arms to let you know that I am filled with emotion. But Stanislavski was all... What if we had the actors act like real people? So Stanislavski developed the system, which is not the method. Very important distinction. One of the main things the system focused on was character motivation. So the script says I have to punch this guy now, but I'm not sure why. Because you think he's a piece of shit. Oh, I get it. Now I feel motivated. Another thing he did was use an actor's conscious thoughts to trigger less conscious psychological processes. So for example, an actor could consciously decide to think about that time his wife left him for his own father, and now his wife is his stepmother, and he develops a major Oedipal complex and ends up getting grounded for rifling through her underwear drawer, even though he's 35 years old and a man, goddammit, a man! This triggers the unconscious reaction of shivering, crying, and wetting himself on stage. Acting. So how does the system turn into the method? Well, in short, a couple of Americans go over to Russia, see some theatre, work with Stanislavski, and go, oh boy, this is great, let's do this back home, only worse. The three main people credited with developing the method are Lee Strasberg, Stella Adler, and Sanford Meisner. So from what I can tell, the main difference between the system and the method is an emphasis on losing yourself in the role, really becoming the character, blurring the lines between fiction and reality. Rachel, shouldn't you have a better understanding of method acting? I thought you had a degree. Yeah, but they didn't teach us method acting. They didn't want us to die. Listen, the closest I ever got to a lesson on method acting was this one time one of my teachers told a story about a guy losing himself in the role and strangling her on stage. As you can see, I am coming at this from a completely objective and unbiased standpoint. Well, now that we know what method acting is, sort of, let's take a look at a few examples. The method in action. Now, when I first had the idea to do this video, I was planning to talk a lot about Jared Leto in Suicide Squad. But when I was researching this, I found an article where he said a lot of that stuff didn't happen and it was taken out of context, blah, blah, blah. This may or may not be the case, but either way, I don't feel comfortable throwing the guy under the bus. However, I will say that Suicide Squad was a bad movie and he was bad in it. But fear not, friends, there are many, many examples of people doing stupid shit in the name of method acting. Don't you worry about that. Daniel Day-Lewis refused to wear a modern coat on the set of Gangs of New York and as a result caught pneumonia. He also refused to drop character while filming Lincoln and would walk, talk, and text in character. You, texted in character, did you? In character as Abraham Lincoln? Texting? Okay, sure, fuck it. While preparing for his role as a serial killer in The Fall, Jamie Dornan wanted to experience the thrill of the chase. So, one day he decided to follow a woman as she got off the train and trail her for several blocks. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Christian Bale lost 60 pounds for his role in The Machinist, which he really didn't need to do, by the way. The screenwriter wrote in the real weights of the person Christian Bale was portraying, but Christian Bale is 6 feet tall, and the guy he was playing was only 5'6". So the screenwriter suggested scaling the weights up a little bit, but Christian Bale was like, nah, I want to see if I could do it. Just eat a fucking sandwich, my dude. But fortunately, none of these examples directly harmed anyone else. Well, unless you consider them setting a dangerous standard for lunacy and self-harm that other actors may feel obliged to live up to as harming others, but that's a whole other discussion. Anyway, here's an example where an actor did hurt someone else. While filming Kramer vs. Kramer, Dustin Hoffman decided that the subpar actress he'd been saddled with, Meryl Streep, needed a little help with her performance. So during one scene, he slapped her full across the face to get her to convey the right emotion. You know, because actors generally aren't very good at simulating emotion. During another scene, Hoffman decided Meryl Streep should probably be doing a bit of emotional memory work, so he decided to bring up the recent death of her boyfriend. Because, again, I guess she's just not very good at her job. That film won a ton of awards, including the Oscar for Best Actor, Dustin Hoffman! Great job assaulting your co-star and making her cry, bravo! Now, to be fair, Meryl Streep also won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, but also, to be fair, she probably didn't need any help with that. She's Meryl fucking Streep. Whatever, I'm angry now, let's move on. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Oh, they're just suffering for their art. It's a good thing. It shows how committed they are to the work. No, listen. Suffering for your art is pulling an all-nighter to research a role. It's doing a rigorous but safe exercise regime to get in the right shape for a part. It's, I don't know, investing a ton of your own money in props and set pieces for a play that will ultimately lose money and you'll still be paying it back months after the play's concluded. For example. Don't know who that would happen to in real life. That's pretty shit though. Hypothetically, to anyone that could hypothetically happen to. Fuck. Starving yourself or slapping your co-star or following random women is not suffering for your art. At best, it's stupid. At worst, it's dangerous and cruel. Final thoughts. Whilst it's difficult to pin down exactly what method acting is, or at least it is for me because research is hard and I'm very tired, it seems to be characterized by these weird and often dangerous antics. However, the results it produces are unquestionably good. Every single time. Without fail.
Don't hurt me. I'll be your friend.
So the real question is it worth it? No. Are you fucking kidding me? No, it's not, no. Look, even if a method actor gives the best performance of their life, it is still not worth it, because film and theatre are collaborative arts. And how are your co-stars supposed to give their best performances when they're worried about your dumbass slapping them in the face or strangling them or passing out from malnourishment? You're not a groundbreaking artist, you're a selfish jerk. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this. If you liked this video, consider subscribing, because every time someone subscribes to this channel, Stanislavski's ghost teabags Dustin Hoffman in his sleep. He won't know what's happening, but you and I will know. Thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. And I'll try not to make the next video such a downer, I promise. This isn't tea, by the way. It's vanilla Coke. I'm a fraud. Because you think he's a dickhead. How do you say dickhead in a Russian accent? And because you think he's an asshole. Asshole? Is asshole? Any Russians, please roast my accent in the comments. I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry. I'm butchering this.